Hi everyone, Dave here back with another video and back posing a question. If you had to delete one anime from existence forever, what would it be? I was scrolling through um, as much as I hate to admit it, Facebook. I'm only on there because that's where my city's comedy page is. All right, that's the only way I figure out about shows coming up and open mics and stuff like that. But sometimes I go down the rabbit hole and I'm scrolling, and I follow a few anime pages, and one of them posted a graphic that was Dragon Ball Z, Yu Yu, excuse me, Yu Yu Hakusho, Hunter x Hunter, and One Piece, and asked, out of the four of these, which one would you delete? Um, and that was an interesting thought and a tough question for me because all four of those anime are incredible. They're masterpieces. They're like their set pieces for what every anime should try to be is one of those four anime in some capacity because they're all amazing. But it got me thinking, if I had the power to delete one of those from existence, or well, if I had the power to do it, I wouldn't do it because that would be cruel and unusual punishment. But if I had to, which one would I choose? Um, and I definitely said, well, it can't be Yu Yu Hakusho. That's my personal favorite anime of all time. I couldn't do it. I couldn't just do that to myself. Um, so that one immediately is off the table for me. So then it comes down between Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, and Hunter x Hunter. One Piece definitely stays. I don't know what the pause was there. Maybe I'm trying to build up some hype or some what's he gonna say? But come on, it's One Piece. That's staying. It is the masterpiece and the massive piece of media that it is today, like says something about it. It wouldn't be as big as it is if it wasn't such a monumental piece of media for not only anime but like fiction as a whole. It is like one of the greatest stories ever told, not just in anime but in fiction. That's a big reason that the live action adaptation has worked so well, is because there's already an amazing story to go off of that can fit into any medium. It just happened to be an anime. We've seen anime adaptations go, like live action adaptations, go horribly wrong. A big portion of that is because it's made by people who don't really get it and try to change too much to make it like cool and hip and like, westernized to a degree. But another part is the why those live action adaptations don't work is because there's not a strong enough story to work on and to build off of. Like, Dragon Ball Evolution, that movie sucked. It was awful. Um, but and it was awful because the acting was bad, the writing was bad. Making Goku and his like turning him into like some high school jock, and it's like basically they turned it into like Riverdale and some whatever, some phony baloney-ness. I'm trying not to cuss. Um, like, yes, that was bad, but also, as much as I love Dragon Ball's story, and it is one of the greatest stories ever written, it doesn't really work, or at least in my mind, I don't think it would really work in anything other than an anime, or at least an animated medium. Um, and I think that's why, again, One Piece transitions time. I mean, one of the biggest media franchises that we've had in the recent years is Pirates of the Caribbean, which is another pirate story that is not an anime, and people love that. People love those movies, myself included. The Pirates movies are amazing. So again, I think One Piece is too big and too important of a property that transcends our niche and transcends into the worldwide, media collective. Um, that's too big to delete. So then it comes down to Hunter x Hunter and Dragon Ball Z. And as much as it pains me, out of those two, I think I would have to delete Hunter x Hunter. It pains me to say it. because I adore Hunter x Hunter. But Dragon Ball Z is a lot of people, mine included, their first anime. And without Dragon Ball Z, as much as One Piece is the anime, quote unquote, today, Dragon Ball was that, maybe 10, 15, 20 years ago. And I don't think anime would be nearly where it is in today's society if it was not for Dragon Ball Z. I think, a lot of aspects of Dragon Ball Z have not necessarily aged poorly, but just haven't, with it, comparing it to its contemporaries, it's not, the most well-written show. It's not the most, groundbreaking show, but it is, it is simple in all the right ways. It's easily digestible, and I think that's a reason that Dragon Ball Z became so popular as it did, because this guy's super strong, this other guy's super strong, they're going to fight each other. It's pretty easy to keep up with that, and I think, it had a nice balance of comedy in there as well. And again, it just transcended just being this little cartoon from Japan. It became like your mom knows Dragon Ball Z. Like, that's how big that show became. And Dragon Ball as a whole, as a franchise, that's how important it was and how big it became. It's like your grandma knows who Goku is. You know what I'm saying? Now, as much as One Piece is way more popular today, if you asked her who Luffy is, I don't think she would know that. But I guarantee your grandma would know who Goku is. Maybe, I don't know, probably not, maybe. But you get my point. Like, it's just too big and had too much of a positive impact on the media as a whole, and on, and on the I guess, culture, or on the, the art as a whole, I think, to ignore it. And there's a lot of, I've seen some Dragon Ball Z slander over the more recent years. Some of it's deserved. Again, compared to its contemporaries, it's not the best. But as on its own, as a show, it's, still great. And it's still popular, and it's still a lot of people's gateway anime and a lot of people's favorite anime for a specific reason. And yeah, and that's not to say Hunter x Hunter isn't that or can't be that for, people. It's an amazing show. I adore Hunter x Hunter. But I think out of the 4 that were listed, that's the one that I personally would let go. Now, if you're asking the general public, I think probably most people would honestly get rid of Yu Yu Hakusho. And I think because as of right now, it's probably the least popular. But I implore y'all to watch Yu Yu Hakusho and then come back to this video and type in even if it didn't change your opinion. Say, you know what, Dave, I tried it, wasn't for me. At least you tried, But Yu Yu Hakusho for me is my favorite anime of all time, and I could never delete it. Now, I would love to hear in the comments, civilly, of course, because again, this is all my opinion. If you guys disagree with me, that is totally A-okay. I have no issues with any of y'all disagreeing with me, but please, be chill and don't be an ass, So just let me know in the comments, hey, I would delete this one because blah, 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 blah. I know at the top of the video, I did mention any anime, if you could delete any anime, which one would it be? So feel free to do that as well. If you're interested in the little exercise that we talked about between the 4 that I mentioned, feel free to let me know which one you would delete, or overall, which anime would you delete, period. Honestly, I would probably have to pick, it's kind of too simple. I would probably pick that Boku no Pico or whatever. I haven't seen it, but I'm familiar with it. And that's pretty bad in more ways than one. So I would say just delete that. But that's a little too easy. So that's why I like these kind of sort of mental exercises that we can do as a community, where we take 4 extremely amazing, extremely popular anime and say, hey, one of these guys gotta go. Tell me why. Ain't nothing but a heartache. Backstreet Boys, shout out. But yeah, so let me know in the comments below if there is an anime that you would delete and why. And also feel free to let me know between the 4 that were mentioned which one you would delete and why. I would be extremely interested as to your thoughts and opinions on that. But yeah, this was another kind of rambly talking video, as most of mine are. But I hope you liked it. I enjoy talking about things I love, and I hope that comes across on the channel. And I hope y'all enjoy listening to these videos, watching them. I hope to get more of a discussion going, and hope to turn this channel into a fun place where people can come and talk about all things anime, manga, comic books, video games, you know, just a fun community that we can all like talk about stuff and have a fun time. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you all for watching. Feel free to leave all those comments down below. I hope to hear from you. I can't wait to hear from you, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.